What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream. Today, the Lakers face the Toronto Raptors. So, hobbled team versus hobbled team. As you guys already may know or may not know, the Raptors don't have a lot of their main players, including half of Laker Nation's favorite Kyle Lowry, um, including Fred Van Vliet. So they're missing some key pieces, guys, and the Lakers have to capitalize on this. Yes, we're still missing Andre Drummond. Just a quick update: we don't have Andre Drummond yet. He still has some tenderness, so he's improving according to Frank Vogel. But they don't want to rush him back yet. Most likely he will, but he will be back next game. So that's the good news. The even better news, you guys already may have seen it. Uh, earlier today, I reported to you guys from my car that the Lakers signed Ben McLemore. So that's definitely some things to look forward to. However, we got to kick off the day. We have to kick off the day with a win, right? This is going to be an early game. Hopefully, we come out with a win. We need to beat these Raptors. Uh, the Lakers have lost 2 out of their last 3. So tonight's victory would be awesome. Or I'm sorry, no, we lost 1 out of our last 3. Okay, I lost count, but we've lost a lot. We're currently slotted at number 5, and every game is crucial, of course. So Lakers got to do what they have to do tonight, take care of business. I don't care if it's Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, or whoever's starting at center. You know, bottom line is they got to come out here and take care of business, and that's a fact. So, yep, my man said Drummond is breaking 5 points. Not today, brother. Not today. Nody gang in the house. What's up, Blink? He said, I hear the Heat are signing Swinner, Dwayne Dedman. Good for them. But the Lakers have made the biggest acquisition of the day, man, and that's Ben McLemore. What that's going to do is add a lot of pressure on KCP to actually go back to Bubble Boy. If we can get that version of him, solid. If we can't, he could easily get replaced because Ben can knock down shots for sure. So, very excited about that signing. But tonight, we actually have to make sure we key in on guys like uh, that Butcher kid, that Brusher or whatever his name is, the center. He's solid in the paint. So Mark's going to have his hands full, as well as I think they have Aaron Baines coming off the bench. They have the tank coming off the bench. So that's going to be tough. Now, as far as guards, they still have Pascal Siakam, not guards, but a wing player. Very good two-way defensive player who can also score. So, yeah, I know he's not having the same type of season, but hopefully he bounces back, sooner rather than later, but not versus our Lakers. Pascal Siakam is somebody you got to keep in check from the get. If we don't do that, we're in for a long night. He said, Larry's going to be motivated, LOL. Larry's not playing today, King Vortex. So, yeah, I'm sorry to burst you Kyle Lowry fans' bubbles, but, yeah, your favorite player, not in. No Van Fleet, no Lowry. So, this makes my point that good thing we didn't make this trade because we basically would have added another injured player and subtracted 3 healthy ones. So, yep. He said, what's up, DTLF? What's up, bro? How y'all doing, man? Feeling good, brother. I felt a victory coming today. Let's throw out some good juju. I'm in good spirits, so hopefully the Lakers get this W, man. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. He said, AD should be back next week, God willing. We don't want to rush him back. I give him at least 2 weeks, man. I give him at least 2 more weeks, at the most 3. But yeah, the good thing is that he's back soon. If we can just eke out a couple of these wins on the road trip, that'll be crucial for us. That's what we got to do. Laker Nation just got to worry about what's ahead right now. Forget about the injuries. Let's just worry about what's on right now at the current moment. Now, like I said, the Lakers are slotted. We're currently slotted at number 5, so we can slide down further, or maybe we can hold our ground. What do you guys think? Do you guys predict the Lakers? Do you guys predict the Lakers are going to stand their ground, slip a little bit lower, or are they going to move up? My man said, "Big dubs, Dan. COD, yes sir. Call of Duty all day." Yes sir, man. That was some good playing right there, bro. You was killing it, Omar. He said we need to play as solid as a solid team tonight. No hero ball tonight. Ball movement is always crucial, man. No matter what team you play on. Even when you have your star players, you never want to become predictable. Now, star players can break the cycle of predictability by just taking over and making some tough shots. But in general, you just want to play team ball. So you make a good point. You guys have us moving up. We will move up. Yes, sir. That'll be dope. So here are the updates, all right? For those of you guys asking about injuries, all right? Andre Drummond, right big toe contusion. He's out. Wesley Matthews, neck contusion, questionable. And we'll see about the rest. Everybody else seems to be healthy outside of Braun and Anthony Davis. My man said, "Sub DTLF, how was your resurrection day? Hope you had a great Easter. Glad y'all picked up Ben McLemore. He can help y'all out with the three and defense." He said, "LeBron is Ben McLemore's favorite player." What's funny is that LeBron just likes to plant little seeds, right? He likes to plant little seeds. He's been influencing these future generations for years. So, a long time ago, LeBron tweeted out that he was underrated, and look, he comes to the Lakers now. So in a way, LeBron's always recruiting. He just keeps his door open by speaking highly of the talent around the NBA, which is more than other players. Other star players get jealous of younger talent. They're afraid they're going to get replaced, or I don't know what it is. A lot of star players are very jealous, and they rather throw out some negativity than positivity. But that's what separates LeBron from everybody else. King James just embraces the talent around the league, which is more than you can say for a lot of other people. My man said, "Dan, did you hear about 80 security guard getting into a motorcycle accident?" Yeah, I did hear about how he just rushed in there to try to help him out, man. Again, very heroic by our man Anthony Davis. That's what's up. I'm glad that he's okay. Do you think we have too many guards, Dan? Well, I do, but the way a lot of our guards have been no shows, I think it may be a good thing because it puts pressure on these other guards. Like now, Alex Caruso better make sure he plays well because if not, Ben McLemore's right there. Same thing for KCP, Wesley Matthews, all these guys. They have to make sure that they show up. What's up, big baby? He said, "Hey Dan, what are your thoughts on Gasol?" Off the bench. Off the bench would be solid for us. As far as a starting center in the league, I think he's 1 year past due. He expired last year, so we got to make sure we treat him like an expired big and put him on the bench where hopefully he can still give us some valuable minutes. He said benching Wes depends. I think it's going to be up to coach. Whoever's playing up to par is going to get the majority of the minutes, which is a good thing. You always want that. You want a good, competition. You want to make sure that the best players are the ones that are getting their fair share of minutes. So we should waive Alfonso and sign Avery Bradley. I think he's still under contract, elite. So yeah, I'm not sure we can sign him, bro. Hey Dan, it was like with Kobe. He said he was so great they hated on him. That's the way it goes, bro. Greatness, the greater you get, the more you elevate yourself, the more hate you just start receiving. Trust me. I talk to you guys firsthand. I know a lot of people out here that I thought liked me, and then they started hating or jealousy. It's an ugly trait, So it's good. I just ignore the things and worry, focus on what I got to do. I don't focus on others. But the sad part is other people are focusing on you and hating on you. They're only bringing themselves down. If they just open their eyes and realize, hey, I got to focus on my own things. What am I doing wrong that I'm not successful like said person? If anything, they should look up to success. That way they can achieve it. Because if you frown upon successful people, then you're basically frowning upon future potential success. So, they hate us because they ain't us. But at the end of the day, they just focus on their own life and their own career path and their own choices. They'd be a lot better off. Trust the process, in the words of Joel Embiid. Real fans love DTLF, not fake fans, though. Chris Jones, appreciate you, bro. Whether you love me or hate me, bottom line is you support me, because you show up every game. Even if it's to down thumb my channel, you're still showing up. So it's still support. Well, of course, I appreciate positive support a lot better. Will Ben go tonight? I'm not sure. I don't think he will, man. I don't think he will because we just signed him. Unless they had already agreed to this a couple of days ago and cleared all the, the whole COVID procedure. They got to, run the test and make sure he's good. That way he doesn't contaminate the team, especially if he flew in from somewhere else. So it usually takes a couple of days. Most likely we will see Ben McLemore the very next game. I'd be surprised if we see him out there tonight. Most likely not. My man said, "Yo, Dan," he said, "I made a bet today for $200 with my brother that KCP won't score more than 5 points tonight." Oh, man. I don't know. I'm not going to wish you luck, bro. I hope you actually lose your 200 because we need KCP to score more than 5. But in reality, bro, I never bet against my team. Although I see your strategy here. This is a suicide bet, right? A suicide bet is when you bet against your own team. That way, if your team loses, you won't feel that bad because you gain some money. But if your team wins, and you won't feel that bad because you're willing to pay for your team to win. So we appreciate your donation and your contributions, my friend. Is it, hey, Dan, is Drummond starting tonight? No, he is not. Drummond is still out with some discomfort on the toe, so most likely he'll be back next game, but who knows? Hopefully there's no setbacks and none of that. I seen him practicing on the picture. It looked like he's skying high and dunking, so I guess he was testing it out. Maybe they just are holding him back for precaution, but yeah, no Andre Drummond tonight, unfortunately, yet again. So we're gonna have to wait another game. What did I have at Starbucks? Man, you guys remember everything, huh? I had a sausage and cheddar, a cheese Danish, and what else did I have? I didn't get a drink. I didn't get a drink today. I don't really drink coffee. I don't really drink coffee, so I didn't get a drink. Normally I get like a strawberries and cream or something, but I wasn't feeling it. Just a cup of water with ice. Drummond's not playing. For those of you that weren't here for the earlier update, Drummond is not playing. Not today. Hey, Dan, rumor said Anthony Davis could return from injury after the game versus the Hornets. I heard what it said, bro. I just that's being really optimistic. I'd rather him just sit out till he feels 110%. I don't want 100. I want 110% health from Anthony Davis. I don't want to rush him back during no regular season games and then lose him long term. Now you're really in doubt because without Anthony Davis, the championship odds are slim to none. We need both AD and LeBron healthy. Let's see, more questions. My man said, if Shooter leaves next season, should we replace him with another high-level guard or trust our youngins? It could go either way. I'm not sure how the cap ties into all this, but if he leaves, I'm not sure if we're capped out and we can't really get nothing but minimum contracts. But if that's the case, remember, we still have a draft pick, and there's some very talented guards. Shout out to Baylor, by the way, for winning that championship and redeeming our UCLA Bruins because I thought that Zags win was crazy, man. When Gonzaga eliminated my Bruins, I was really salty. So I'm happy that Baylor won it, and it was their first one in history. So that's really congratulations. But a lot of talented guards. If you guys didn't watch the tournament, go back and watch some highlight film. In the future, I will be dropping videos of who the Lakers should pick if we even keep the pick, because we could end up trading the pick just to clear cap space. You never know. I'd rather keep the pick, though. I like young assets, and we'll see what happens. Did you see ESPN fire Paul Pierce? Did you watch the Space Jam trailers? I can't wait to watch it. It looks great. Yes, sir. I seen it, man. I always see these trailers. I'm a big movie buff. Me, my girl, my family love watching movies. So as soon as these trailers drop, especially these big cinematic ones like Mortal Kombat, I can't wait to watch that on the 23rd. Who's going to go see Mortal Kombat? If you're old school like me, man, you grew up on the game and all that, it's an exciting time because the old movies are iconic. So I want to see how they do with these new graphics, new virtual effects, all that good stuff. But to answer your first question about ESPN and Paul Pierce, man, he's an adult. At the end of the day, he knows what he gets himself into. I don't really like to comment on grown folk decisions. You know, maybe he has something waiting for him better beyond ESPN. Maybe he just dug his own grave. Who knows? But to be honest, I was never really a fan of the ESPN version of Paul Pierce or the player version for that matter. And it doesn't really hurt me because maybe we get some actual knowledge up in there. Yes, sir. Hey, them cheese Danishes were fire, bro, especially when they warm them up. Fire. If y'all never tried them from Starbucks, go ahead and check them out. Definitely going to see Mortal Kombat. That looks hard. I know y'all seen the commercial. That thing looks amazing. I'm not sure it's going to beat the original, though, just based off of nostalgia. But you never know. You never know. Let's see. Should Ben replace Soapman in the starting five? Well, it's still early to see. We got to see how he comes in shooting, if he's going to be consistent. We need some consistency there from the shooting guard position. If he can give us more than 10 points, the job is yours. That lifetime membership to KC prison gets revoked. So let's just hope that he comes in here with some consistency on both ends of the floor. If he can get us 10 and above, I think, yeah, you have to go with him. But I'm not coach, so who knows what coach is going to do. Maybe he just has him there for depth, you know. Day one, I'm there, MK. You better buy your tickets ahead of time, bro, because it's going to be hard, especially with the way the theaters are now, where you got to sit like, seats apart, like these tickets sell out quick, right? So that Mortal Kombat movie is gonna be a hot commodity. Make sure you guys buy them like at least 5 days ahead of time before release. That way you get in there and enjoy it on time. Just my suggestion. Hope the Lakers draft Davion Mitchell from Baylor. He's another Donovan Mitchell. He's dope. I like Davion Mitchell. My only thing about him is he's only 6'2" in a league where guards are trending more towards 6'7". We're getting bigger and bigger guards every year in the draft. So that's my only thoughts. But hey, I like Davion Mitchell. He's nice. His handle's nice. He can score, shoot off the dribble, playmaker, athletic. I don't know about next Donovan Mitchell. That's extreme high praise. But he's his own player, man. Davion Mitchell. I like him. Again, a lot of depth in this draft. So if we miss out on Dennis Schroeder, I think we can replenish with some guard depth in the draft, and through potentially THT getting a bigger role next season, depending on how well he progresses this offseason. I want to see a leap from Taylor. It's always fun to watch these young players grow, but I want to see another leap from Taylor Horton-Tucker. I want him to get to that next level, and he can. Trust me, if he gets that face-up game, if he gets more under control and just tightens up his handles a little bit and is able to stretch the floor beyond the arc, I think that kid can be really special. Trust me. I've been saying it from day one. I really think there's a reason we didn't trade him, and I'm happy we did. What's up, Dan, bro? Did you enjoy your Easter with your wonderful family, bro? He said, man, we took a big W with the signing of Ben McLemore. Let's go. Yes, sir. Always enjoy family time, bro. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. And yes, Ben McLemore was huge for us. I think he's really going to pay dividends down the stretch once he gets comfortable with the offense, especially once we get LeBron back. You got another floor spacer there. You got another athlete. You got another player who can finish at the rim. You just got another hooper. It's always good to have as much depth as you possibly can, especially heading into the playoffs. You just never know what can happen. Injuries or just players getting in horrible slumps, and it's good to have options there. TAC needs to be our long-term one. He could be our one or our two in the future. Either one. He's a combo guard. So I don't know. If we have Dennis, he's not going to be the one. But he could easily be our two, especially if Ben McLemore is nice, but I think he's a short-term addition. He's like a Band-Aid. We had a wound and we just put a Band-Aid on it. For now, it'll do. But in the future, I think we need to find a long-term two guard. And I really like that kid out of UCLA, man. That kid is nice. What's his defense like, then? He's decent. But then again, he played under Mike D'Antoni a lot of years, and we know those teams don't really play defense like that. But he's decent on the defensive end. Remember, he's only 6'3", so we didn't get the length we were hoping for. We didn't get that 6'6" guy who can help guard the perimeter, but he's decent. He moves his feet well. He has active hands. He's somebody who can, if he buys into these defensive schemes that Frank Vogel's selling, then I think this kid could really make an impact. But it's going to really be on him. And remember, I called it a couple games ago. You guys asked me about who I liked from the players that was available. I said there's not too much available out there, but I definitely like Ben McLemore, who recently got bought out. I told you guys about Avery Bradley, but yeah, I like Ben offensively a lot more. Watch. If he's one of these spark plug type players that if he can get hot, he can get you like 2, 3, 4 3-pointers in a row. And that makes a huge difference when you're playing basketball because it could be the difference between giving up momentum and gaining momentum in a basketball game. You just never know. So anytime you get a player that can hit 2 to 3 3-pointers in a row, that's 9 points instantly like this. That could switch the tempo of the game. That could change everything, man. The way the defense is scheming against you, that can open up the lanes. It could just fix so much. People were clamoring for a shooter. Well, we got one. DTLF, what are Ben McLemore's expectations? For now, I expect him to come in and give me like 2 to 3 3-pointers a game for now. Later on, depending on how that comes to fruition, maybe we can expect him to hit the starting lineup. But a lot's going to depend on KCP. Maybe this is a wake-up call type move for him. If KCP can wake up and start playing like Bubble Boy KCP, then we'll have a good shot at this year's title for sure. Because the way he was looking like Rip Hamilton last year in the playoffs, I didn't even think he had that high gear, but he kicked it into it. And I hope that this is a wake-up call because, look, if somebody's coming for my job, right, common sense is going to make me want to do my job better. If I'm working in a retail store and I'm a manager and then I see my supervisor or somebody training somebody else to be a manager, how would you feel? You're going to feel like, well, I guess it's not good enough. So I gotta try harder. Either that or you're just gonna quit on the team, right? So one way or the other. This is gonna go one way or the other, and we'll see what happens. KCP could very well be on the way out. I told you guys the way he's been playing, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets traded in the offseason. As long as he still has some trade value, anything's possible. But we'll see. Again, it's still early. If he shows up in the playoffs, all will be forgiven. You guys know how it is. Playoffs is where it really matters. That's where it really matters. We're Laker fans, not Clipper fans. Playoffs is where it matters. We know that. The Clippers were celebrating their Easter championship. They're raising their little selfie banner. This weekend we're gonna be raising the real banner. Come playoff time. So that's all that matters. If Schroeder walks, Lonzo Ball's return. He said thoughts. I'm not sure we have the cap space for him. That's number one. I do like Lonzo though, man. I told you guys he would pan out. I told you he might not be as good as Jason Kidd or whatever, but he'll eventually pan out once he hits that jumper. Once he gets that jump shot, it's a wrap. And he had career high 8 3-pointers the other night. Now, the only thing with him is, and every young player, is just consistency. But I'm very patient with young players, and I believe in Lonzo. My favorite thing about him is the way he gets teammates involved. Very unselfish player. Second favorite thing about him is defense. If he has shooting to that equation, then he's an all-star player. It's that simple. I would love to add him, but at the end of the day, he's going to be restricted. Now, I could very well see something like a sign and trade, but who are they going to want in that sign and trade? That's the question, right? Are they going to want Dennis Schroeder? Are they going to want THT? Depends what they want, man. Depends what they want. Out of these players, who do you think will stay? Trez, Gasol, Schroeder, and THT. Well, I'm not sure if Gasol has a team option or a player option, so depending on that. But I think he might be out if he's not happy with his role, not being a starter. Unless we win a championship. Championship wins all. Schroeder, I think he might be out as well. THT is a keeper. He's staying. Trez, 50-50. 50-50 for Trez. Because, I think Trez is the type of player that he wants to win, but he also wants to get paid. He took a pay cut, a huge one. He took 50% off. He could have got, 16 mil or above. And he ended up going for 9 mil, 9.5 or something like that to play with the Lakers. So I could very well see him getting his 20 mil next year on some other team. But if he has a good time and we win a championship, maybe the Lakers will pay him a little bit more, go over the cap. We have his bird rights. We'll see. My guy said Gasol is under contract next season. Okay, so if he's under contract, then there's no reason to believe he's going anywhere unless he gets traded in the offseason due to his own request. But other than that, yeah, I don't see him going anywhere if he's under contract. Unless we're on a team option and then we cut him. But if he's on a player contract, he'll probably opt in just because I don't see too many teams out there going to offer him more than whatever the Lakers are offering at this point of his career. He said, we can't replace Dennis because we still have what? We still be overlapped. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what the cap situation is going to be like, but I'm not too concerned with it right now. We have enough depth to compete this year, and then Rob is a shark. I've told you guys every single year that he's proven me right. Rob Pelinka is a shark. Recruited by the great Kobe Bryant for a reason, and he's going to continue to put us in position to succeed. So am I concerned about Dennis walking in the offseason? No, I'm not. It's in his best interest to re-sign with us at a reasonable price. But if he doesn't want to be a part of a winning franchise anymore, then, hey, there's the door, Maybe THC can grow into that role. We'll never know. We'll never know till we know. He said, should THT and Montrez start to switch it up since they've been losing games? Montrez, we love him off the bench. It's hard to replace that type of production off the bench, so I'm not sure I'm starting him. For now, Gasol's fine. As far as when Andre Drummond comes back, he's starting, hands down. And then I would like to see Mark off the bench as a center, and I would put Trez at the 4 off the bench just to see what that looks like. That little two-headed monster off the bench. Could Drummond be long-term? He could definitely be long-term, but it's going to take some sacrificing from both ends, from both parties, from what I'm hearing, in order to have to re-sign him. It's going to take him maybe taking the mid-level exception of 9 mil, but he would hard cap us, which means we can't sign no other free agents. Or it would have to take him taking the veterans minimum, which is around 5 mil or 4 point something. Again, not a cap expert, so don't quote me on this stuff, but this is just what I believe. If he takes and bets on himself to get a long-term deal next year because he wants to be a Laker, then he can do that as well. So he's going to have options. Unless he just wanted to get it, come through, feel what it feels like to be a Laker and then bounce and get his money elsewhere. But either way, the Lakers are going to try to keep him because, trust me, man, it's scary for the league to have Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, and LeBron James in the same front court. That means that there's only 2 vacant spots. And if any of those other 2 vacant spots become a dominant position, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. But I like the question, man. That's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. I'm getting ready to go set up for this game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the pregame. I appreciate you guys as well for showing up earlier on the breaking news video. I was in my car, so it was kind of harder to do it then. But very exciting time to be a Laker fan. Look, we're getting closer to getting our players back. That's great news. We just acquired a new talent, 2 new talents, really, because we really haven't seen Andre Drummond much. So we just made 2 potential impact player type acquisitions, which is good. Both of those players can have an impact. Those aren't, side players. Those are actual players who you can plug into a rotation and give you some production. So good news coming to Laker Nation. Be excited, be happy. Looking forward to it. I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap, though. Go Lakers. Let's get this dub, baby. Let's get